Hi, welcome to Jen's Daily Dish. Today we're making English muffins. Yes, I've made them before, a sourdough variety, and that was done on the stovetop, which is typically how English muffins are made, but these will be baked in the oven in under an hour and a half, baked all at the same time too, so you don't have to stand over a hot stove. Let the oven do the dirty work for you. We're also making it because let's make English muffins good as can be. Not on the griddle with this recipe. Delicious and faster, just wait and see. Let's stop singing and make it just you and me. Let's stop singing. Let's bake. Do you have English muffin rings? If you do, we're going to use them. If not, you don't really need them. You're going to make your dough into balls and just flatten them slightly. That's it. You will still have delicious English muffins. If you have the rings, go ahead and grease them. 2 1/4 cups all-purpose flour. The recipe calls for half a cup of high maize fiber, which I don't have, but so you can substitute it with all-purpose flour. Going in. 1 teaspoon salt. You can add in whatever flavoring you want. This is optional. Here's some pizza dough flavor, which has a little bit of garlic in it and a little bit of cheese, which will be delicious. I just am adding a teaspoon, but you can add up to a tablespoon. 2 teaspoons baking powder. 2 tablespoons sugar. 2 teaspoons instant yeast. 1 cup and 2 tablespoons lukewarm milk. 2 tablespoons melted butter. 2 teaspoons vinegar, white or apple cider vinegar going in to balance things out. Remember when I did that in my cookie recipe? Mix together for about 1 minute. The dough will become somewhat smooth at this point, and you can see that. We're going to scrape it together in the center of the bowl and then let it rest. Cover and let rest for 60 minutes. Okay, this is where you want to make sure that these are greased very well, the English muffin rings. And remember, if you don't have them, no worries. We're just going to shape the dough into balls and flatten them a bit. You do want to go ahead and sprinkle some cornmeal or semolina into each, and or just on the parchment paper or greased baking sheet. Look how puffy that got. We're going to go ahead and weigh the whole thing in just a moment. Lightly flour your surface. If you have a scale, go ahead and weigh the whole thing of dough, 643 grams. We're going to divide that by 12, and then we're going to cut each piece so that it weighs that exact amount. No scale, no problem. Just cut 12 equal pieces. We're looking for about 53 to 54 grams. After you've shaped your 12 equal pieces of dough, go ahead and place it in a ring and flatten it a bit. And again, if you don't have a ring, no worries, just flatten it without it. Sprinkle the tops with some more cornmeal. Cover the top with parchment paper, and you'll see why in a moment. Then cover with the top of another baking sheet. Let it rest for 60 to 90 minutes until they've puffed up noticeably, and then in the oven. While your English muffins are rising, preheat your oven to 400 degrees. It's been an hour. Let's take a look. Ooh, they rose quite a lot. They're to the very top of the rings. Let's go ahead and put them in the oven. Bake for 10 minutes. All right, time's up. I'm taking it out of the oven because I've got to flip it, and I don't want to do that in the oven. So hold on just a second. Now what you need to do is take very hot pans and flip them upside down. I know that there's going to be some cornmeal which will fall, which is why I'm doing it over this mat. This is a turn of faith. Let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I did it. Now I got to get back in the oven. Now that they're safely back in, yay! Wait 5 minutes, and then we're going to remove the top tray so that they can continue to brown. 5 minutes are up. Let's take the top off. Okay. Let's take the parchment with it. Back in it goes for another 3 to 5 minutes until it reaches 200 degrees and is a nice golden brown. Time to check the temperature. We're looking for 200. We are there. Carefully do this. This is a balancing act. All right. Put them down here, then move the rings over to cool, and then take them out of the rings themselves when you're able to, as soon as you're able to. All right, they are cool enough to the touch. I'm going to start pressing them down. See, I greased them really well, thankfully, and they are coming out. So I'm pressing down the edges here. There we go, a lovely English muffin. Look at that. Look how great that looks, how round they are and even. I cannot wait to break this open and add some butter to those nooks and crannies, which you can already see on the outside, and maybe even some jam. Look at this. I mean, look how perfect these look. I didn't think it was possible. It's possible. If I can do this, you can too. Seriously. Let's try one. Honestly, I have no words. They smell heavenly, and look how perfect they look, and they are super duper round. Let's tear one open. Oh. Can see the nooks and crannies inside, which, by the way, may not be as many as you would get on a griddle, but are still there. But let's take a bite. You know what it tastes like? An English muffin. Yes, of course. It tastes like a delicious English muffin that you know exactly what you put in it. Did you decide to put something exciting in your English muffins? Maybe bacon or onions, or you could make a sweet variation. So many possibilities, so many English muffins to make. If I can make baked English muffins for the first time with you, you can too. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share with your family and friends, and check me out on Instagram at Jen's Daily Dish and more.